And Eric Galaz, is this kid just a football player or what? Oh, if he could have kept his feet, he may have went the distance. Big run. And then Dax Shaw finishes it off. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. They take a 7-0 lead. But here comes Blake White. This kid is special. Good tough running right there. And then Garrett Newman getting into the action as well. 7-7 ball game. Pump fake by Blake White. There's Newman again. This is going to be big, folks. 73 yards, untouched. Grace shocking the Mineola fans right now as they take a 14-7 lead. They would add to it when Blake White's going to keep it himself. Cut right back to middle, 21-7, but Mineola comes roaring back, and they stay undefeated. What a win by the Yellow Jackets, 28-21. Woo, what a ball game. And our Nick Zielinski had a front row seat for this one. He rejoined just now from Meredith Memorial Stadium with more on the Yellow Jackets' amazing win. Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Out here at Meredith Memorial Stadium as Mineola down 21-7 at half, scores 21 unanswered in that second half to pull off the 28-21 victory over Grace. We're joined now by Mineola head coach Joe Jernigan. And coach, your quarterback, senior Eric Galaz, led the way. Talk about that offense a little bit.
Eric's a great player for us. He's a great leader in our field house on the field. They just lined up, and we knew what we had to do. We had to control the ball and take it, drive, and score. And just, you know, if we don't turn the ball over in the first half, we're probably sitting a little bit better than what we were. And we did not turn it over second half. And when we had to answer to them, we did.
Well, coach, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Great job tonight. Like I said, Eric, 28-21 Mineola. That's Coach Joe Jernigan. We want to bring one of the players as a part of this entire thing. Senior quarterback Eric Galaz. What was the mindset of the players coming out after halftime? You guys obviously turned it on in the second half. What were y'all thinking? What y'all say to each other coming out here in the second half?
Oh, man, we knew we had it in us. We got a big heart. Every one of those guys on my team, we have a big heart. We made up our mind we were going to come back and do it. One family, one heartbeat, and we did it.
You guys are now 4-0 now. You got one more game before district starts. How far can this team go?
Oh, we can go all the way, baby. We can go all the way. To God the glory, man. He's great.
All right, that's Eric Galaz, senior quarterback for Mineola. Eric, congratulations, man. Go enjoy this one. Good luck the rest of the way. Eric, these guys fought hard all the way. They come out with the 28-21 victory. One heck of a game. I'll tell you what, our game of the weeks, they're living up to that name. It's been great the last couple of weeks, so hopefully next week we'll pick the right one again. As for now, Eric, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, great reporting right there. Congratulations to the Jackets once again. Big victory and a big congrats to all the fans. John Whitney, the spearhead guy of getting all the fans out for us earlier at 6 o'clock. Big win. It's going to be a lot of fun in Mineola tonight. 5A now, and always a classic and tough showdown between these two. Longview and Lufkin, longtime rivals. They always play each other, even though they're not in the same district anymore. Now, the Lobos pretty humbled last week by losing to top-ranked Allen. How would they respond? Some good sportsmanship early on in this one, but good running by Jamarcus Walker. This kid has got pure speed. Another 73-yard touchdown tonight. The Pack have the lead 7-0. Bevins Caraway trying to get something done. He's going to hand off. Oh, no. Justin Fagans can't hang on. Fumble. You can't have turnovers against Lufkin because Johnny Outlaw and company will hammer you as Jeremiah Jeffries going for it all. But what a play by Devendrick Cook. You got to play a little center field there sometimes. Knocks it down, and back come the Lobos. Bevins Caraway unloading wide open. Eric Hawkins, untouched, 60-yard touchdown. That would make it 10-7. Lufkin with the lead right here. So Longview trying to backtrack in this one as on the reverse here. Lufkin getting kind of cute. What a play and what a catch by Desmond Moore from Jeremiah Jeffries on the end around. Young ladies say we love our Pack, but look at that low bow defense on 4th and 1. They say not in our house. Longview turns it up and wins after that loss last week, 24-10, your final score. Big time win for them. Well, Robert E. Lee got their first big win last Friday against their arch rival JT. Tonight at the Woodlands, another tough game for Coach Huff and company. Last year they almost beat them on the road. Lee had their chances in this game as we go to the scoreboard, but it's Robert E. Lee going down 23-15. That's right, Lee goes down. Chris Perry on the phone with us. Chris, DeLayman Baker got a touchdown from Joe Sieber, made it a one-possession game. What happened after that?
Yeah, the defense stepped up and they got the ball back for the offense. But pretty much in an all-pass situation, and the Woodlands did a good job of forcing a kind of a 3-and-out and kind of running out the clock. But hey, Joseph Seaver played a heck of a game tonight. I mean, he only had about 30 pass attempts, for the entire season coming into this game, and he had he threw the ball 31 times for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lee was without LaQuintus Wallace and Marcus White. That's 2 of their 4 stud tailbacks. And they came in averaging almost 275 yards rushing. Again, they only rushed for 40 yards tonight. So it had to be done through the air, and Lee almost pulled this one out.
Chris, almost pulled it out. I know it's not what Coach Huff wants to talk about, but you saw a little bit of more of a hungrier, tougher team tonight, right?
I think so. Because when you're without 2 of your main players, you got to find other guys who can step up. And DeLavian Baker stepped up and made some good plays in the receiving game. Seaver looked good. And I really thought their defense, Lee's defense, did a good job because the Woodlands seemingly had the ball the entire game, because they would just have these long drives. And, Lee's defense just kept stepping up. It just the clock ran out on Lee at the end.
Chris Perry, great job reporting. Be safe coming back. I know it's a long drive. Hopefully Robert E. Lee can use this bye week and get healthy there. All right, Chapel Hill, still ranked #1, but had a major setback last Friday when their star quarterback Avery Sines went down. How would the Bulldogs respond tonight against Class 4A Hallsville? There is Avery on the sidelines. Hey, had some light problems in this one. The game was delayed, but that's not stopping Mr. Nelson Onwuzu on the screen from Anthony Kincaid, getting up some big yards right there. But the drive comes to an end when Kincaid, probably a little nervous making his first quarterback start, he fumbles, and that means Hallsville gets the ball. Good job by the Hallsville D there. And then, where is this offense that always explodes? Jay Reagan, good to have this guy stepping up for the Bulldogs. Nice run. They moved the chains on that one. And then Anthony Kincaid showing he can put the ball in the air. And Onwuzu, maybe the best receiver in our area. The guy just makes big play after big play. Jay Reagan then takes it right here on the little give and go, and he cuts it back up the middle for the score. 7-0 Bulldogs. Now Hallsville, let me tell you about the Bobcat bunch. They came to play tonight, and Ronnie Gideon, as we check out some of the, there's Ronnie Gideon right there trying to make something happen. They would take the lead in this one, but in the end, good play by Darian Gilmore there. It's going to be the #1 Chapel Hill Bulldogs. 29-22, what a finish. Thankfully, we have Clint Buckley on the phone right now. And Clint, Chapel Hill Bulldog fans had probably a heart check tonight because that was a scary one.
Yeah, they turned it over 4 times, and they really let Hallsville hang around. Luckily enough, Hallsville never scored once on offense, not a touchdown anyway. Their kicker, Austin Lytle, made 5 field goals, 2 from 42 yards. But the big story tonight was Trey Reagan for Chapel Hill. He'd missed the first 3 games of the season due to injury. He steps onto the field tonight and delivers immediately. 91 yards on 6 catches, and including a 61-yarder that set up the game-winning score in the 4th quarter. Jay Reagan also 185 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns for Chapel Hill, and they stay undefeated.
Clint, real quick, what did you see out of this bunch tonight? We knew there was going to be some, iffy drives there, some maybe rust right there when you have a new quarterback, but finding a way to win, so to speak, says a lot about this group.
Yeah, actually, Hallsville took the lead at the end of the 3rd quarter on a interception return for a touchdown. Up to that point, Kincaid had played great as quarterback in place of Avery Sines, who, of course, was lost for 10 weeks after injuring himself against Carthage last week. But yeah, in the 4th quarter, with about 4 minutes left, Allen was wide open for that 61-yarder, and that set him up at the 1-yard line, and Reagan scored on the next play, and that was it. Chapel Hill hung on for the win.
All right, Clint, thank you so much for the update there. What a great finish, but Chapel Hill gets it done. All right, Kilgore Bulldogs trying to get on the winning track tonight, taking on Mount Pleasant. That's a big blow-up dog there, but how about pregame there? Chris Page knocking out a fan. I thought there was a fight breaking out, but that's a pregame ritual. No harm done. This is an every Friday night ritual. That is Matt Dickey showing off the laser fast speed. Tack on an extra 15 for the late hit. And then here comes Mr. L.D. Anthony. He can take a hit and he can give them as well. Gets 15 more yards after punishing the Mount Pleasant back right there. Give it back to L.D. as he goes for the touchdown, 7-0. Ladarius, of course, didn't play in that opening game, but man, did he look good right here. And so did the Kilgore Bulldogs tonight at home, getting it done 31-21. We have got to hit a break. Talking a lot of football tonight. Real quick, we got those 4A scores. Knack won 35-21 over Carthage. Pine Tree was in this one, but North Lamar wins 31-21. Now we're taking a break. Up next, we'll check in on the 3A schools. Don't go anywhere.